Story. Once upon a time, there are 3 types of fat. The cute fat that makes people say, the chubby cheeks fat that makes aunties pinch your face, and then the kind of fat that makes bus conductors sigh when you climb inside. This is the story of Maybelle, Unazi, and Aisha, who were blessed with the 3rd kind of fat. They were not just big, they were boldly big, what the Igbo would call orobo. When they entered a room, the chairs naturally adjusted themselves. When they walked, their thighs clapped for them, and when they sat, their stomachs rolled like fresh bread. The 3 ladies, Maybelle, Unazi, and Aisha, had been friends for over 10 years. They met during their NYSC in Enugu, and since then, they had formed a bond deeper than anyone could imagine. People called them the 3 Musketeers. They laughed together, ate together, and even cried together, especially when it was time to climb a staircase. But behind all that laughter, they were fighting the same fight against fat, against shame, and against rejection. For Maybelle, she had tried everything under the sun to lose weight. Intermittent fasting, all-day smoothies, detox teas, waist trainers that nearly dislocated her ribs. She even bought a treadmill during COVID-19 to lose weight. But guess where it is now? In her room, doing nothing. Used to hang clothes. Her cupboard. She never had clothes that were her size. She was always buying clothes for her futuristic size. She couldn't believe she was now a size 24, so instead of buying clothes that fit, she'd buy size 12, saying when she lost weight, she'd fit into them. Even her mirror was covered with a scarf because she didn't like looking at herself. Anytime she saw her reflection, she'd break down in tears and weep. Maybelle had been dumped by 2 men who told her, "You're too fat. You're too big for me." Some even said she was swollen or a pregnant woman in disguise. Maybelle was hurt, but she tried to cover it by laughing and acting unbothered. Every night, when she opened her fridge, she'd take a big spoon of peanut butter and console herself, saying, "I don't need a man. What do I even need a man for?" She'd try to convince herself, but deep down, she was tired of being fat. She wanted to be slim, to wear nice dresses like everyone else. Then there was Unazi, the tallest and loudest of the 3. A proud Enugu babe. Unazi's problem was she couldn't stop eating. Anytime she saw food, she'd lose composure and start eating like a thief. In her last relationship, her boyfriend loved her in private but would never post her pictures online. When she asked why, he'd say lovingly, "My love, my followers aren't ready for this kind of bold beauty. You're too beautiful to be shared with the world." Kuka would say this to deceive Unazi, but everyone knew the real reason. He was ashamed of her because she was too fat. Unazi had tried to lose weight like Maybelle, from vegan diets to keto diets. But every time she started a diet, she'd end up in the hospital. And Aisha tried everything possible. She did juice fasting, the Mediterranean diet, and once drank only pineapple and ginger juice for 7 days. Aisha had never had a boyfriend. She resorted to dating apps. But men would say, "You have a beautiful face, but you're too fat." So Aisha gave up on love, deleted her pictures online, and became a motivational speaker. She'd post quotes like, "Love yourself regardless. You don't need a man to love you. You are enough. You are okay just the way you are." But in private, Aisha would touch her belly and weep. One Sunday after church, the 3 gathered at Maybelle's house. They'd heard a powerful sermon about achieving their goals and rising from the ashes. The pastor had said something profound. "The righteous may fall 7 times, but he shall rise again." That day, they decided to rise again and try to lose weight for real this time. No more excuses. No more eating yam at midnight. No more just coping and praying to lose weight. They decided to live together for the next few months to achieve their weight loss goal and motivate one another. They downloaded fitness apps, removed all snacks from the kitchen, and began. Every morning, they jogged around their estate. They ate once a day, only salads and proteins, and did this for 3 days straight. But after a while, they fell off. They got tired and went back to eating like gluttons. They tried, truly, but the more they tried, the more their bodies fought them. It was as if something was beating a drum, telling them, "Go and eat, go and eat." Sometimes they'd fast till 6, 0 p.m., and break with salad. But by 1 a.m., you'd see Maybelle sneaking into the kitchen to eat, only to find Unazi and Aisha already eating jollof rice, fried plantain, big chicken, and Pepsi. They'd burst into laughter and say, "The righteous may fall 7 times, but he shall rise again. This is our 3rd time falling. Don't worry, we'll rise again tomorrow." And so it went. They failed woefully at their attempt to lose weight, always falling and rising again, forgetting that the scripture said the righteous may fall 7 times but shall rise again. As it stood, Aisha, Maybelle, and Unazi had fallen more than 70 times and had not yet risen. One day, they were hanging out when Aisha stared at her friends and said, "See me? I'm tired of all these natural methods of losing weight, exercising, dieting, all that. I'm tired of. I heard there's a new clinic in Woos that gives pills and weight loss injections, and you lose weight just like that. The results are crazy. Mad fast results." Maybelle looked up. "Are you sure? Do they work?" Unazi nodded. "My dear, my cousin took them. She lost 20 kilos in 6 weeks without doing anything, no dieting." "Nothing." Aisha stood up. "Send me their number. I'm here suffering, eating salad like a goat eating grass." "Oh yeah. Give me their number now." But Maybelle was indifferent. She stared at them and said, "Wait, you both really want to inject yourselves with something you don't know just to lose weight? I don't think it's wise. I don't think it's safe. There might be health complications in the future." Aisha responded, "My dear, I'm not injecting what I don't know. I'm injecting hope into my body, hope of fitting into normal trousers like every other person." Unazi added, "Oh yeah, we've tried now. What diet haven't we done? Atkins diet, keto diet, intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day, exercising, jogging. We've done everything, and it's not working. Let's try science now. Let science help our lives. After all, God gave doctors the wisdom to provide these things." But Maybelle said, "As for me, I'm not doing it. I'll go slow. If it means losing 1 kilo every month, no problem. As long as it's real and healthy, why not? I can't subject my body to those injections. I've never married. I don't have children. What if it affects my childbearing? I can't do it." Aisha and Unazi had made up their minds, so they didn't argue with her. They were taking the shortcut, tired of suffering to lose weight. The following week, they went to the hospital, met the doctor, and started taking weight loss injections. In a matter of weeks, Aisha and Unazi were looking sweet. They had lost so much weight, looking slim and fine. Their waists were smaller, their hips sharper, everything was perfect. Their clothes fit just fine. They were so excited, hanging out more, snapping pictures, and even had men asking for relationships. Soon, they capitalized on it and started a business selling weight loss teas and products, claiming it was their teas that made them lose weight. They were selling fast and cashing out, as people believed it was their teas, coffees, and products that helped them lose weight. Maybelle, still fat, tried to discourage them from misleading people. "Why are you lying to people online, saying it's these things that made you lose weight when you know you were taking injections? You don't even know if they're safe? It's not fair. This lie will backfire on you someday. What do you even know about what you're selling? Is it safe for people consuming it?" Maybelle asked sadly. They laughed it off. Unazi replied, "Who will tell them? How will they know we used injections? Besides, how are we supposed to recover the money we spent on those expensive treatments? And for the tea's content, trust me, it's safe. We just mixed 2 or 3 different tea bags to form our own. My dear, in this life, you have to be smart. Being a good girl doesn't pay anymore." Aisha and Unazi burst into laughter. They felt like queens, like they had arrived. Meanwhile, Maybelle was still taking the slow route. She continued her morning walks, ate healthily, and tried to lose weight, no matter how slowly. Sometimes she'd lose 1 kilo in 2 weeks, other times 5 kilo in 3 weeks. But she wasn't discouraged. She was determined to lose weight the right way. Things continued like this for a while. Each time the three hung out, Aisha and Unazi would mock Maybelle. "Good girl, you're still doing the natural method, killing yourself to lose weight. You'll be old before you see results. Good girl doesn't pay anymore. Embrace science and stop stressing yourself. You just like to suffer." Maybelle would smile and say, "At least I'm not injecting myself with poison in the name of weight loss." They'd laugh it off, not knowing something was waiting for them in the future. A few months later, it started with Unazi. She suddenly fainted in a salon and was rushed to the hospital. The doctor told her that her liver was under heavy stress and her blood pressure was too low. A few days later, Aisha started vomiting. Her skin broke out. Her period disappeared, and she felt weak every day. She went to the hospital, and the doctor asked questions, then said, "My dear, it seems these pills and injections you took for weight loss are having an adverse effect on your organs, especially your liver. You took a very high dosage in such a short time, and that's responsible for the organ failure you're currently experiencing. Your organs are shutting down." They were terrified. Then something even stranger happened. Aisha and Unazi started gaining weight rapidly. All the weight they'd lost came back in full force. Unazi's stomach returned, bigger than before. Aisha's face got rounder. They were worse off than before, not just fat, but sick. They cried nonstop.
So sad. Maybelle,
On the other hand, had started losing weight, though still chubby and not as slim as her friends had been. She was happy with her daily progress. Meanwhile, Aisha and Unazi were dealing with sickness, bloating, and shame. They were in and out of the hospital, spending money on treatments, always taking one pill or another. They stayed indoors, no longer going out. Terribly ashamed, they deleted their business pages online and went into hiding as people began asking questions. But Maybelle was having the time of her life. She even met a handsome man named Tunde who owned a gym nearby. Tunde had always seen Maybelle walk past his shop every morning, noticed her consistency and discipline, and it attracted him. He'd watch her daily. And in no time, he fell head over heels in love with her. He didn't care about her size, he was drawn to her discipline and commitment. One day, he walked up to her and complimented her on her dedication to her fitness goals. Maybelle blushed, and the rest,
as they say, is history.
they started talking over the phone for hours, going on lunch dates, and soon began dating. With Tunde's support, Maybelle lost even more weight and was now slim. A few months later, they got married. Maybelle was so happy. Meanwhile, Aisha and Unazi were always in and out of the hospital, fat, bloated, and in hiding. Their new clothes no longer fit. They were back to wearing their old, oversized clothes. Unazi was even depressed. The two stopped posting pictures, avoided events, and completely avoided Maybelle because they were ashamed. But Maybelle didn't mock them. She visited as often as possible, encouraging them and being there for them. Aisha and Unazi wished they hadn't taken the easy way out to lose weight. Now they were suffering from side effects, spending all their money on hospital treatments. People called them out on social media,
Even mocking them.
as a way of finding comfort. They ate more junk while praying for God to heal them from the sicknesses they'd brought upon themselves with the injections. They were no longer bothered about being fat, they were scared for their lives, praying to God to spare them, not wanting to die. They had learned their lesson and wished they could turn back time, but it was too late.
Hi, besties. It's your favorite storyteller, Mala.
Thank you so much for watching my story till the end.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one.
This question is for my girlies who are fat.
Big like me.
If you had the chance, opportunity, or resources to opt for injections to lose weight,
Some injections in vogue now, like Mounjaro and all that, would you opt for it?
or would you go the hard way with exercising
Dieting.
and all that, or would you just embrace science? After all, God gave people the wisdom to produce these things.
So,
Tell me,
which would you go for? Secondly,
do you think these things could have a negative effect on the body in the near future?
lastly, what's your stand on it?
Are you a no?
No injections person?
Or do you think,
Yeah, it's good. We can go for it.
please share your thoughts in the comment section and support your homegirl Mala by subscribing to my channel, liking my videos,
And sharing with your loved ones.
till I come your way again with more interesting stories.
Bye.